Welcome to another edition of Timberwolves Fast Break. The Wolves with another win, their third consecutive win over Miami, 116-109 your final. And this Wolves team wouldn't be successful this evening if it weren't for Andrew Wiggins. 16 points in the fourth quarter, 25. He leads the team on the night. Wow. Can you say anything else about Andrew Wiggins, Rebecca?
He's doing great. And I said early on that I feel like he's the guy that the Timberwolves need to kind of elevate them and take them to the next level. So I was excited to see him, even though he struggled in the second and the third, to kind of figure it out, stick with the schemes, and then find a way to be successful in that offense.
Yeah, and I'll be interested to see if he can build off this. I need to see, a full half a season or a full season of Wiggins, maybe not getting 16 points in a quarter or hitting such clutch shots, but playing well, being a real scoring threat at the end of ball games when the team really needs him to step up and they run plays for him. And that's one of his roles. He's got to be a scorer on this team, and he's got to make some shots. And tonight it was great to see.
A great team win, that's for sure. Let's take a look at the final numbers from this evening. Again, 116-109 your final. I think the biggest thing that jumps off the page right here, points off turnovers at the very bottom. Minnesota 24, Miami 7, and then turnovers, Miami 23-16. Very happy head coach in Ryan Saunders starting the year at 3-0. Here's what he had to say on his relationship with the man of the evening, Andrew Wiggins.
Andrew, a lot can be made of relationships, and I know some people may roll their eyes at the relationship aspect of coaching and of things with players, but that's also, it goes both ways. So the ability, like taking Andrew out and then him being able to refocus with things, he didn't hang his head by any means. We got him back in there pretty quick, and he ended up putting together a nice stat line and playing almost 36 minutes. So I mean, that was something that I credit him for a lot.
We have a busy basketball week coming up. We'll see you Wednesday when the Wolves play at Philadelphia. Our coverage begins at 5:30 right here on Fox Sports North. Then on Saturday, the Wolves will play at Washington. We'll see you beginning at 6:30 on Fox Sports North Plus. Then a big one on November 4th as the Bucks come to town. You can see that on Fox Sports North. Our coverage begins at 6:30. And Kevin, I'm going to start with you this time, looking at the next opponent in Philadelphia. In our pregame show, you really liked Philadelphia. What's it going to take for the Wolves to continue their winning ways against a very talented team?
Yeah, I mean, they're one of the best teams in this league. I think they're a legitimate threat to make it to the finals come summertime and maybe win an NBA championship. I think they're going to come out of the East. A couple things about this matchup that's really interesting to me, and there's a number of interesting parts, but two of the best centers, Karl Anthony Towns and Joel Embiid, have had some interesting moments between the two of them playing against each other. Two centers with big personalities that they've had. So anyways, that's interesting to me. Also, when the Wolves traveled to Philadelphia last year, the Wolves got blitzed, beat by 42 points, the worst loss of last season in Philadelphia. In fact, that was the second largest losing deficit for Minnesota in franchise history, 42 points. So they got clobbered against Philadelphia. So maybe a few of these players that were on that Wolves team last year are going to remember that. And it will be definitely an interesting ball game come Wednesday night. So there's a lot of, Ben Simmons, Andrew Wiggins, there's some good matchups here.
Yeah, you definitely don't forget a beating like that.
Right.
And I'm sure for the players that weren't there, the guys that were telling them.
That's right.
Like, hey, this happened last time around. So, yeah, it's definitely going to be an exciting matchup. Embiid, him and Cat really go at it. I don't know if he's going to be ready to go because he has an ankle sprain.
That's
so
right.
We'll kind of see what happens with that. But the Wolves have done some great things throughout this season. They have 2 road wins already to kind of build their confidence of traveling and going on the road. I would really like to see them get to the free throw line again. They got to the free throw line 33 times. They got up 45 threes. So if they can carry some of that and bottle it with them, they had 5 players in double figures. So, they have some answers.
But for now, the team happy. They are 3-0. Pretty impressive there. Well, that'll do it for this edition of Timberwolves Fast Break. We'll see you on Wednesday.